Okay, so good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another session of this Java tutorial playlist. So, we are in our session number 8 and we are learning. One second, let me check if I'm live. Okay, second, let me check if I'm perfect. So, everything is fine. Let's get started with today's session. So, in this session, we are going to understand about the coding session. So basically we have already completed one coding session in which we have understood the best the very basic programs, and we have understood the logic of that. In this session we are going to again understand some of the coding problems. We are going to take problems from functions, from arrays, from strings, and all of those, and we are going to see how those problems have been solved, right? If you are new here and do not know what is happening, so just let me introduce. So this is CodeBeyond channel. We are providing uh, technology content for free. That means all the programming languages and all the different domains. There are many educators who are teaching backend, DSA, CP, Python, SQL, and front-end programming. So I've already completed the front-end programming playlist. If you have not seen that, please go ahead and watch it once. You will be able to find there the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap, all other things in that particular playlist. If you have not seen it, go ahead and watch it. This particular playlist is complete Java tutorial where we are understanding about the basic concept of Java and also the advanced concept. So we are going to cover all of them in this particular playlist. And this is lesson number 8. Already 7 sessions have been done. So you can go ahead and watch it once and just check out what all things are happening there. Now, talking about me. So my name is Ritwik Raj and I am a corporate trainer. I have been also working as subject matter expert in most of the edtech companies. It's been 3+ years of teaching experience and I've trained graduates and corporate employees from Edison and Capgemini, and I've trained more than 30 students till now. Most of the there are million learners from YouTube as well. And then the subjects which I take is mostly into front-end development, back-end development, databases, and interview tips and tricks on how to crack interviews. There are already 2 sessions which is already there in this particular channel about interview preparation. So if you have interviews coming ahead, you can go ahead and watch those sessions. Those sessions will really help you to understand how to crack interviews, how you can prepare yourself 1 day or 2 days before when you have an interview, right? So please watch those sessions as well. It will really help you. Okay, the another thing is you can use my code RIT10 to get a free level sample test paper. If you do not know about Relevel, don't worry. Soon I'm going to inform you about that. But if you do know about Relevel, you must be knowing that you are providing free Relevel sample test paper. You can get that by using my coupon code. This sample test paper will actually help you out in understanding what type of questions can be asked in the actual Relevel test. Now, let's coming and talking about the Relevel, right? One second. Hi Rohit. Will videos and playlists be removed after 31st? I don't think it will be removed. It will be there because there are so many learners who wants to learn from the videos which is already there, and I don't think it will be removed. So don't get into those things right now. This is not official. When official things will come, then we will tell it to you. But right now, there's nothing gonna happen. Okay, so don't get afraid of all these things. Now, many times candidates miss out on great opportunities due to multiple reasons. So maybe they don't have a better network, better degree, or a poor network in LinkedIn, and maybe they have done BSc or BCom. They want to move into IT industries. They want to do some IT jobs. They have the skill, they have the talent, they have created some of the projects, but still top MNC companies are actually rejecting their resumes just because they are not engineers or have not done B or BTech. People people who have done B or BTech who are graduated this year or previous year, they also are not getting opportunity to get interviewed because they are from tier 3 college, and most of the MNC companies do give opportunities to tier 1, tier 2. So these are some of the things which are going on, and that's why Relevel came into the picture. So this is basically India's first self-studying platform by Unacademy, which is helping job seekers find their dream jobs. So you can get a job based on your skill and talent. You need not have to depend upon any of the degree or any college or any other people in your network. So what are the other benefits which you can get from Relevel? So you have to give 1,000 marks of test and you have to score above 700 in that. If you are scoring above 700, you will become eligible for a profile. We'll create a profile for you and we'll share that profile with all our client companies who are having 1,000+ job positions across business development, front-end development, back-end development. So you have a great opportunity there. You are in a unique position to invite interest from companies instead of hunting on your own, right? Now, how to register yourself in Relevel? So you can see a link is already given in the description. You can just click on that. It will take you to relevel.com. There you can put down your mobile number, one OTP, and then you can see this particular page where you select the test of your choice. Once you select the test, whichever test you want to give, wherever your skill is, then you have to book a slot when you want to give the Relevel test. Slots are limited, so I suggest you to book it fast. Once you do this, you're going to use the promo code mentioned in the description, which is RIT10, to get a bonus sample paper. You can fill in the details like full name, email ID, birth year, current state, gender, all of these things. You can put down your code here, which is RIT10. Click on apply, click on create account. Your account will get created and you will get the sample paper here. Suppose if you're not using the coupon code, you won't be able to get this sample paper. So make sure that you're using the coupon code. And also when you're getting this sample paper, download it and analyze what all questions have been asked, how these questions have been designed, and what is the difficulty level of Relevel test, so that you get a basic idea that, okay, I can crack this exam. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead and register for Relevel right away if you have not done it. If you are not ready for the Relevel test, if you're thinking that 1000 marks is too much and I do not know about anything, I won't be able to pass this test, then what you can do is you can go ahead and check out CodeBeyond channel, where most of the educators are teaching DSA, CP, different domains like front-end programming, back-end programming. So many things are going on. You can upskill yourself from there and then you can go ahead and register, right? You can also join the Telegram channel. This Telegram channel link is given in the description, because here I am already giving every day the updates and notifications when I am coming live at what time. Sometimes what happens, the session will not happen. So I'm going to update that to you in Telegram itself. So please do join this Telegram channel as well. Also, you can subscribe to the CodeBeyond channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get an update and notifications in the YouTube app as well. Also, please do like and share so that more and more number of people will be able to get to know about this free content. Right. So let's get started with our coding session 2. Here, what we are going to do is we are going to see some of the programs which we have not seen, and we do not know how does it work, right? So that's what we are going to do now. And we are going to just be in this particular screen, which is our IntelliJ idea. So here we are going to just do some codings, and we are going to see how the logic works, how you can think about some logic, and how you can write a program. Okay. So how functions can be used, how arrays can be used, how strings can be used. That is what we are going to see here. Starting from a very easy program, we are going to start it with a very easy program. And then we are going to make it much more harder. But right now, a very easy program, okay? Anything which you want to say before I start the session? Any suggestions, any particular thing? Because I can see only 2 live chat. People do give me a lot of live chat. What happened? Where is my students? Somu, Ankita, where are these people? Do send a live chat so that I'll get motivated and we can do a lot of programs today itself. This session can be of 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Let's see how it goes. How is the flow, and whether people are understanding or not. Depending on that, this session will increase its time. Okay, so I'm not getting any live chat. Let's get started with the session itself. Hi. Okay, perfect. Now I'm getting. Lead code questions will not be done here. These are just basic coding session right now. These are only basic coding sessions right now. That means just to understand the logic. Those people who are not understanding the logic, the questions, or the how to write a program, for those this particular session is there. Okay. Good evening, Rajkumar. Perfect. So let's get started. So see, the very simple question is your prime number, right? Because day before yesterday we did one of the session in which we did a lot of programming. We understood about Armstrong, we understood about factorial, Fibonacci, some very simple logical programs. We have seen about palindrome also, right? We have seen a lot of things on that day, and we got to know that how we can think about some of the logics, right? So here is one more program which is on prime numbers. We are going to check whether a prime number, whether the number is a prime number or not. That's what we are going to check. So writing the logic of this, or understanding the logic of this, is really very important, because one program can be written in many ways and we need to understand how we can do that, right? So that's why this particular thing is very, very important. Now, let's understand what is a prime number, right? So prime number is basically, see, I don't know what is his name, S. This particular session is not about all algorithm or DST kind of thing. This is a basic class. This is a basic session where people are just understanding or getting started with Java. So I'm not gonna take the name of any algorithm or any kind of data structure here, because people can get confused. Here, very simple logical problems I'm going to just talk about, right? So don't expect those things in this session, because it's not going to happen right now. So how do we write what is actually the prime number? So prime number is basically a number which can be divisible by 1 or by itself, right? This is what is your prime number. So let's say if I have a number 29, one second, I'll just make it bigger so that you guys can see. So let's say we have a number which is 29, right? So 29 has to be divisible by a 1 and it should be divisible by a 29, right? So don't you think that if I'm writing a logic of checking this, whether that number is divisible by 20, whether that number is divisible by only 1 and 29, we need to check it with all the numbers. That means we need to check it by divided by 2, then 3, and till 29 by 29, right? That's what we need to do. We need to check it from the beginning till the end, from 29 by 1 till 29 by 29, because it can happen that from 1 to 29, in between any number will be there which can divide 29. It can happen, right? So we need to check it from starting till the end. Again, it will take a lot of time and it will take a lot of memory if I do this, right? So what if I just say that if I divide 29 by 2, I'm going to get what? I'm going to get 14, right? I'm going to get 14 point something, right? But integer value will be 14, right? So if I say that I just check it till 14, not till 29, I'll just check it till 14, 29 by 14. Will I not be able to get the other values like 29 by 15, 29 by 16? Because even an odd values, that's going to repeat. So why I have to check it till 29? I can just check it till half. If till half only we get the divisibility, that means this number is not divisible. This number is not a prime number, right? So what I'm trying to say is that we need not have to check from 1 till the number itself, right? We do not have to check it from 29 by 1 till 29 by 29. We only have to check it till 14. That is the half of 29. And we'll be able to get the output whether that number is prime or not. So if in between these range, if it is divisible, if any number is dividing 29 and getting me the remainder 0, then this 29 is not a prime number, right? So right now, if you think about 29 by 2, 29 by 3, 29 by 4, 29 by 5, no number can divide 29, not even 29 by 14. So till 29 by 14, no number can actually completely divide 29. So that means 29 is a prime number. If I take an example of 30, let's say I'm taking an example of 30. So what I have to do, I have to first find the middle number of 30, which is 15. And now what I have to do, I have to check it. So 30 by 2, see, every number divisible by 1 will be divisible, right? Because every number by 1 is that number. So we do not have to check this because it's a fact. It's a fact. So we do not have to check 29 by 1 or 30 by 1. We need to start from 30 by 2. 30 by 2 is divisible. Can you see the very first number is itself divisible? Let me just write it here. Right? We need to check all these numbers, but you can see the very first number itself is completely divisible and it's gonna give me the remainder 0. So that means this is not a prime number. Okay, because it got divisible. It got me the remainder 0. So what we need to do, we need to write a logic in which we want that this particular thing should not give me reminder 0. If it is giving me reminder 0, that means it's a prime number, right? So that we need to write. The other thing what we need to think is that from 2 till the half of that number, we need to check the divisibility, right? So two things are there. First thing, just let's write here. First thing, that from 2 till the half of the number, we need to check the divisibility. This is the first thing which we need to do. So from 2 till the half of the number, we need to check the divisibility. Second thing what we need to do, we need to if the reminder is coming 0 in any of the one case, then the number is not a prime number, right? So these two things, if you know, then you can write a program for a prime number, right? Now what we need to do here, how we can write a program for this particular thing. So let's say I'm just going to take a number. Let's say I'm going to take 29 itself, right? This is the first number which I have taken, and I'm going to take a Boolean value. Let's say we call it as flag, and I'm just first keeping it as false. First, the value of this is false, okay? It's not true. The first value of flag is false. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a loop. Why I'm going to run a loop? Because you can see I cannot do this every time, right? 30 by 20, 30 by 3, 30 by 4, 30 by... We can't do that, right? So what we'll do, we'll run a loop. How we can run a loop? We'll take a number starting from 2. What have we written in this line? From 2 till the half of the number, right? From 2 till the half of the number. So half of the number is what? Num by 2. Can I say that? Half of the number. And then it's gonna always increase. So that's what I'm doing. It will always increase. Correct? And then, so this is done. The first thing is done. Right? This first thing is done. From 2 till the half of the number, we need to check the divisibility. Right now, that is what we are doing. Second thing is what? If. See, if I've written if, right? If the remainder is coming 0, that means we need to write the if statement. So if the number is divisible by I, right? If the number is divisible by I and it is giving me the 0 reminder, then what we have to do? We have to make our flag as true. Okay. Once the flag is true, once this flag will become true, what we have to do? If the flag is true, see right now the flag is false, right? I have written not. So true, that means true. So it is a number is a prime number. And else once again out number is not a prime number. That's what we have done here. Now let's first see how it is running, and then we are going to check the output. So first of all, see num equal to 29, flag is false in the beginning. We have started with I equal to 2. Why? Because already every number divided by 1 will be the same number. So we are not going to check the 1. We are going to start checking from 2. I equal to 2. 2 is less than equal to 29 by 2. 29 by 2 will give me 14. So 2 is less than equal to 14. Yes, it is. It's gonna come inside, right? And then what's gonna happen? 29 modulus 2. 29 modulus 2. That's what we are checking here, na? 29 modulus 2. Is it giving me 0? No, it won't. So this is not gonna get executed. What's gonna happen? I will get increment to 3. 3 is less than equal to 14. Yes. So again, 29 modulus 3. Again 4, 29 modulus 4, 29 modulus 5, 29 modulus 6, 29 modulus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. So why 14? Because I've given equal to. So 14 is also gonna get checked. In all of these numbers, it's not gonna make my flag as true, right? It's not gonna make my flag as true, correct? Flag will be false only because it never got a chance to come here. So once this loop will get completed, once it will check that no number is getting completely divisible, it's gonna come out and then if not flag. So flag ka value kya hai? False. Not false means true. So it's gonna print number is a prime number. That's what is 29 value doing here. So very nice. Why is it giving me a error here? Main method is not found in the class. Oh yeah, main method is not there. What did I do? Main, where is the main method? Very nice. Once again, I'll just change this. I thought this was main method. Is it fine now? Yeah, so number is a prime number. Let's say if I write here 30. So what's going to happen? Again, I equal to 2, 2 less than equal to 15. 2 less than equal to 15 is correct. So it's going to come down and then 30 modulus 2. 30 modulus 2 will give me 0. So flag will become true. It's done. Flag is true now. Already 1 is divisible, right? So it's true now. You don't have to again check it. It's true. So not flag means it will become false and it's gonna give number is not a prime number. Okay. So this is the most basic concept of prime number. Why I tried to explain you this, because this thing, many of you are getting confused in this. I've seen many of the beginners, many of my college students, what they are doing is they're basically not understanding how to do this. They're just mugging up the whole code and then they're writing it in the interview. Do not do that, because you are going to get asked about this logic. They are going to get asked. You have to answer how this logic is working, and they'll also ask whether we can change this logic and write another logic in this or not. So the another logic can be that you can use while loop, right? So what you can do is you can give this I value here itself, make this as while, remove this thing, then I is less than equal to, and I plus plus you can put it after. So what you can do is here you can give I plus plus. This will also run and this will also give you the same output, right? So this also they can ask, because if you do not know how to do this, how to change your code or how to change or how to write a different logic, then they are going to understand that you have just mugged it up. So please understand the logic. Try to do this kind of rough work before writing any logic, even if it's a DSA or even if it is some kind of question where you have to, where you're not understanding the logic, you have to first do this thing. Okay. I'm not saying that this is the only method how you can do a particular code. There are some other methods. Somebody in my live chat will be there who knows to write a prime number program in a different way. It can happen and they can write in that manner. There's no problem in that. Okay. Now, so now this particular prime number program, what we will do is, one second, object and class. Yes, so we are going to use the function instead to do the prime number, okay? And let's see how it will work. So we are going to write a function instead of this. So writing a code will take time. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take this part. I hope you guys have understood this. I'm just going to remove it now. So main method. Okay, so have a look. Same thing, same code, there is no change, same code is there, there is no change as such. Same thing is there, if you can see, same code is there. Boolean flag true, for loop, same if statement, flag false. Either you make this as true, either you make this as false. It depends on what you're writing in the if condition. It's totally fine. It's depend on what is the if condition. So same thing is there. It's just that I have taken this out and I have kept it inside a function, if you can see, right? And this is basically a Boolean function. That means it will return a Boolean value. So you can see here, it is returning a flag. That's what I told you, return a function, returning things. So it is written Boolean here. That means it can only return a Boolean variable. So it is returning flag. Flag is what? You can see it is having a Boolean value. So it's going to return the Boolean value. Now, don't look at the main method right now. Just have a look at the function. So I've created this function because we have done function after coding session 1. So we are going to see some 5 to 6 programs on function, then 5 to 6 programs on arrays, and then 5 to 6 programs on strings. So 5 to 6 programs on functions. The first program is this one where we are creating a function. We have taken a one particular parameter here. We have written the logic of prime number and we are returning the flag value. Now let's go to the main method. The execution will start from here. In the execution, they are going to see that the lowest value is 20, highest is 50. Why we have given this? So basically what we want here is that this code is basically to find the prime numbers between two integers. So if we given the low number as 20 and the high as 50, we want all the prime numbers coming between 20 to 50, right? So maybe 23 or 29, all these numbers, it's gonna show me, right? 31, 37, all these numbers. So first of all, low is 20, high is 50, while low is lesser than high. That means 20 is less than 50. Then it's gonna, what is doing? If check prime number low. What is check prime number low? Try to understand that we can call the method anywhere at any time. So you need to check out the code very quickly what is happening, because if you are thinking that this check prime number function will be called in this manner, if you're thinking that you will be able to see this code somewhere, this check prime number, then bracket and then semicolon, do not wait for that, because this you can put anywhere. Either you can pass it as an argument, you can put it in if condition, you can put it in a while loop, you can put this anywhere. So you can see here what they have done. They are calling this here. Can you see that? Now try to understand what is happening. If I'm calling this here, the execution point, the execution cursor will directly move from this line to this line. It will directly jump from here to here. Okay. And whatever now the function is returning, if suppose it is returning false, then in this condition false will come. If it is returning true, in this condition true will come. That's what is gonna happen. Fine. So let's check out how it's gonna work. If I'm doing check prime number low, low is 20. So it's gonna come here. It'll take number 20. It's going to run that. Then it will return the flag. So let's say it's going to return true. Okay, because obviously 20 is something which is not a prime number. So it's not going to come inside this, and it's not going to make your flag as false. It's gonna make it true itself. So here true will come. It will system.out.println low. So low is 20. पहले क्या ये true है, right? Let's run this. Yeah, so it's printing 23. So Boolean flag, return flag, everything is correct right here. The flag false. If it is $20, right? So 20 is less than, okay, so it's not gonna come here, right? It's gonna come here, sorry. Yeah, so 20 is an even number and it's gonna get divided. So flag will become false and it's gonna return false. That's why it's becoming false. it's not gonna come inside and it's gonna go here. Again, understand that if condition में यहाँ curly bracket नहीं दिया है, that is because only one sentence is there. So Java will understand that this line is inside if and this line is outside if. Okay, so it's basically written something like this. Okay, so do not get confused. Now plus low, so it's gonna increment 21 value आएगा, then again it's gonna check 21 is less than 50, and the same thing will happen again and again. So 21 will go here, it will check whether it's a prime number or not. Again, it's not a prime number, so flag will become false. Flag will become false, so again this will return false. Again this will become false, it's not gonna print anything. But in the case of 23, it's gonna come here and then it's gonna check. Then 23 में यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा, so it will become true, it will return true. When it becomes true, then it will print 23. So that's how this particular code is happening. So function का use कहीं भी कर सकते हैं. Even in your most basic logic, you can use function just to call that particular part. ठीक है? This is the first program of displaying prime numbers between intervals. We have also seen Armstrong number, right? Now suppose Armstrong number is what? Basically all the numbers जिसका हम लोग, if you are taking any number 153, all the digits will separate and then we will take the cube of it. The amount of digits we are making into cube, right? So if 3 digits, cube. If 4 digits, then quad. That means power 4. So that is what is your Armstrong number. We have done this in coding session 1. Now what we'll do is again the same thing. We are trying to find Armstrong numbers between two integers, right? So let's try to do this. Armstrong number between two integers means 20 to 50 अगर लेते हैं तो फिर वो कैसे काम करेगा? So let's have a look. Same logic we will see. Same logic. It's just that we are going to make that logic inside a function. So have a look. We have a function here. This function we have created. It is accepting one of the parameter, right? And then we have the same logic. See, digit 0, result 0, number को original number में डाल दिए, because we need to later on compare that. And then original number is not equal to 0, तब तक ये original number divide होगा. And then you can see these three things. Can you see that? This was the same logic which we understood in coding session 1, right? So same original number change हो रहा है, and then 153 is getting divided 1, 5 and 3, 1 to the power cube, 5 to the power cube, 3 to the power cube, and then all if I add, we should get the same number, right? Now let's look above in the main part what is happening. So in the main part we have taken the same thing, the low and the high number, and then we have running a for loop. So int number equal to low plus 1, that means number will become 1000 right now, and then 1000 is less than this number, and then if, and then again we have called the same function in the if condition. That means ये function return करेगा either true either false. अगर true return किया तो वो number यहाँ पे लिखाएगा, अगर true नहीं return किया, false किया, तो this will not get printed, it will go on increasing because we have used for loop. पिछले वाले code में we used while loop, and that's why the increment was happening after this line, right? Here it was happening, but right now we have written for loop, so increment भी same line पे ही है. Now okay, so let's run this. So what's gonna happen? First of all, let's run this. Let's see what is the output. So you can see here 16348208 9474 54748. These are the numbers from this range to this range. Those are Armstrong numbers. Okay. Now let's take an example of 1000. What's gonna happen? So obviously 1000 will come here, and then 1000 will get saved into original number. While 1000 is not equal to 0, original number is getting divided by 10, right? So we will get 1 in our original number. So again, same thing is happening here, same logic. It's gonna run, it's gonna make all my 1000 reverse and then multiplied by the numbers which is there, like 1 into the power, same thing. Obviously 1000 is not Armstrong number because every digit is 0 there. कुछ भी चीज multiply करेंगे आप 0 से तो वो 0 आएगा, so it's not gonna give me the same thing. So result is equal to num? No, it is not, so it's gonna return false. अगर result same होता, मतलब 1634 का अगर देखें तो अगर यहाँ पे रिजल्ट और नम सेम होता है, इट्स गोना रिटर्न ट्रू, एंड यहाँ पे ट्रू आता है, एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू प्रिंट दैट. ओके, सो सेम लॉजिक, नथिंग चेंज, इज जस्ट दैट जब भी मेथड यूज करेंगे तो some things we need to change, and that is what they have changed here. So many times in the interview they do ask कि आप बस Armstrong का logic लिख दो, so you don't have to do all these bigger things, you don't have to write the big code, you have to just write the logic. The logic means this logic, these 3 lines, only these 3 lines, that's it, nothing else. Okay, not even this if and all, you have to just write this particular while loop, that's it. This is what is the logic, the main logic. So जब भी आपसे कुछ लॉजिक पूछा जाए, यू हैव टू राइट द मेन लॉजिक. जैसे प्राइम नंबर का लॉजिक था वो वाला फॉर लूप. ओके, सपोज इफ दे आर सेइंग दैट आफ्टर यू हैव रिटन द लॉजिक, देन यू आर सेइंग दैट you can put it inside a function and write a code, how you will do that. So then they're asking you to put that code in a function. So you have to do all of these things. You have to create a function, parameter, all these things. In the main method you need to call that. So all these things you need to do. Then they can update that question. They will say that now I'm not giving you any number, I'm giving you just a range, like from 248 to 5000. Tell me which all numbers are actually a Armstrong number. So this is how they're going to update the questions every now and then you have to understand how you will write the code for that. So try to practice as much as required, because if you're not practicing, if you're not writing the code by your own, you're not going to get that particular vibe, and maybe you'll do some mistakes in the code. So this is 2 of the things which I wanted to show. Now we are going to do some of the new codes, some of the new programs. So the very first program which we have already seen is sum of natural numbers. We have seen that, but right now what we are going to do is we are going to use it in a function, and I'm going to teach you what is recursion in this particular example. So recursion is one topic which is very, very much in demand, and most of the people do not understand that because it's kind of confusing. So I'm just going to take that, and we are going to understand how this recursion works. Please try to understand this, because recursion is a very important topic when it comes to Java, because from here itself in all other programming languages we do have recursion. Let's try to understand this. We have written one code. Let's try to understand how this particular code is running. बहुत important है recursion, and I want to explain it in a much more better way. So I'm just going to remove all of these things. So have a look. Starting the execution from the main method, number equal to 20. नंबर जो दिया है वो हमारे पास 20 है. Sum is equal to add numbers. So basically यहाँ पे calling हो रहा है. You can see the way it is written, right? From the way it is written, you can identify that यहाँ पे calling हो रहा है. Correct? So this is what is calling. That means execution will directly jump from here to here. नंबर के अंदर क्या था 20. That means num के अंदर भी 20 आएगा. So here what's gonna happen? 20 is not equal to 0. It is not, so it's gonna come here. Return num plus add numbers num minus 1. Please understand what is happening here. यहाँ पे अगर मैं इसको decode करूं तो basically यहाँ पे क्या लिख रहा है 20 plus add numbers 20 minus 1. This is what is written here, right? Can I say that it is 20 minus 1? That means it's 19, right? That is what is happening here. So एक काम करते हैं, यहाँ पे हम लोग कमेंट देके इस लाइन को लिख देते हैं. ओके, एंड विल जस्ट कीप इट बिकॉज अभी कुछ होगा नहीं. क्यों नहीं होगा? क्योंकि यहाँ पे फिर से फंक्शन कॉल हो रहा है. सो इनसाइड अ फंक्शन you are calling the same function again, right? Inside a function you are calling the same function again. That is what is called as recursion. Okay, calling the same function inside the function, or calling, or inside the function calling the same function. Okay, anything is fine, but that is what is happening here. Correct? So अभी क्या होगा यहाँ पे? इसका कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं आया है. ठीक है, इसका कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं आया. वी हैव नॉट गॉट एनी रिजल्ट हियर. इट्स पेंडिंग. यू कैन से दैट इट इज पेंडिंग. इट्स स्टिल पेंडिंग, राइट? मतलब कि एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. ठीक है, let's say that you want to go to college. Okay, you want to go to college, but when you're moving from your home till the college, right, in between you met your friend. Okay, and he said that, hey, can you come back, can you come with me once, I have some work to do. So what are you doing? From your location you are actually moving to your college, but in between your friend came and he said that, hey, I have some work, can you come with me? So you did not go to college, you went with him again. And then once the work is done, you are coming to the same road to go to your college, but again another friend came and he told that, I also have some work, can you come with me? So your main work, which is to go to the college, is not happening, right? It's getting stuck. Correct? Same thing is happening here. Our main work is to get the output here and return the value to this sum value, right? Our main work is that, but in between we have got this function call which we need to complete. We cannot skip it. Will you tell your friend that, hey, I have some work in college and I will meet you later? No, right? If he's a best friend, you will go with him, right? Now, so add numbers 19 will again take my execution point to here. And now the num will again become 19. Again, here what's gonna happen? It's gonna again check 19 is not equal to 0, right? And again, it's gonna write here 19 plus add numbers 18. That is what is going to happen. So it's going to keep on happening, correct? It's going to keep on happening. So let's say what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a smaller number. Okay, let's say I'm going to take 5. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा 5, यहाँ पे क्या आएगा 4, यहाँ पे क्या आएगा 4, यहाँ पे क्या आएगा 3 एंड यहाँ पे आएगा 5, 4 और इसी तरीके से वी कैन राइट इट. सो लेट्स से आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू एक सेकेंड. So here we will write 4, here we will write 3, here we will write 3, here we will write 2, here we will write 2, here we will write 1, and here we will write 1, and here we will write 0. This is going to happen again and again. Once it comes to add number 0, what is going to happen? Add number 0 will again go to this particular part and number will become 0. So this time what is going to happen? यहाँ पे क्या होगा? 0 is not equal to 0. ये चीज यहाँ पे false हो जाएगा, right? Now it's gonna get false here. So it's not gonna come here. It's going to go here. And what it is saying? It says return num. Return num. What is the num value? Num value is 0, right? Where it's going to return? It's not going to return in the sum, no, because यहाँ पे अभी result pending है. You have the pending results, so it's going to go back. ये backwards जाएगा. It's going to go backwards. So ये जो 0 यहाँ पे return हो रहा है, right? That 0 is the value of this one. That 0 is the value of this thing. Okay. So if it becomes 0, 0 plus 1 will become 1. And that is the result of this thing. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is the result of this thing. 3 plus 3 is 6. The 6 will become result of this. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 will become the result of this. And 10 plus 5 is 15. Now we don't have anything pending. So it's going to return back here. And in the sum we are going to get 15. ठीक है, and that is what is gonna get printed. So if I run this, you can see I'm getting 15. Correct? Okay, if you have not understood, I'm going to again explain you this. So please watch it carefully. Okay, so अगेन एक बार फिर समझते हैं, बिकॉज रिकर्शन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये बहुत सारे कोडिंग्स में यूज होता है एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर हैविंग डाउट इन दिस, सो आई एम गोइंग टू रिपीट दिस अगेन once so that you can understand it in a better way. Now, सबसे पहले what you have done, number equal to 5, sum equal to add numbers number. So add numbers number, that means add numbers 5. It's gonna go here. यहाँ से directly it will jump here, okay? Now whatever this function will return, that value will becomes some value. That we know, correct? हमेशा एक function हमेशा एक method return करेगा कुछ, जब भी return करेगा तो ये directly वहीं पे जाएगा जहाँ से calling हुआ था, and then it is gonna take that particular value. So right now we know that it's gonna come here, num is 5, 5 is not equal to 0, so it is true, so it's gonna come here, and then it will say 5 plus add numbers 4. Now add numbers 4 is again a method call. That means it is calling the same method again and again. That is what is called as recursion. Recursion calling the same function inside the function, right? So यहाँ पे हमको पता चल गया कि यहाँ पे recursion होगा. So we will, in the rough copy, in a rough side, we'll keep on writing it. So 5 plus add numbers 4 यहाँ पे लिख दिए. But we know that इसका कुछ value होना चाहिए ना. It's not a value, right? It's just 5 plus add numbers 4. It's not a value. It's not 10, 20, 30. It's not a absolute value. We need to get an absolute value of this, correct? So we are going to keep it in a pending state. So it's in a pending state. Okay. Now add numbers 4 will go here. Num will become 4. 4 is not equal to 0. So it's again going to come back. And again, this is going to be 4 plus add numbers 3. इसका भी result नहीं आ रहा है, तो इसको भी pending state में डाल देंगे इसके बाद. Then again 3 is not equal to 0. So again this will happen 3 plus add numbers 2. This is going to happen till 1 plus add numbers 0. Now once we are writing here 1 plus add number 0. Add number 0 is a function call. It's gonna go here. Num will become 0. 0 is not equal to 0 is false. It's not true. So यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा, वो यहाँ पे आएगा. And then it is saying return num. Return num means num का value what? Num का value 0. Correct? So num का value क्या है? 0 है. Returning where? Not here. Because we have some things pending. We need to complete that. So that return 0 is the result of this thing. इसी के चलते ना वहां पे रिटर्न गया था. This is why add number 0 के चलते ही वो false हुआ, right? So the solution of that will also come back here. आंसर तो इसी का है, वो 0 जो आंसर रिटर्न हुआ है, that is of this only. Correct? So this will become 0. And now the result pending is not pending. The answer is 1. Again, इसके ऊपर भी एक रिजल्ट पेंडिंग था, सो इसका रिजल्ट 1 आएगा. 2 plus 1 3, इसका रिजल्ट 3 आएगा. सो इट इज जस्ट गोइंग बैक. पहले हमने एक स्टैक क्रिएट किया, फिर हम पीछे चले गए. दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. सो 3 plus 3 will become 6, 6 plus 4 will become 10, and then 10 plus 5 will become 15. Now we don't have anything pending, so we are going to return 15 to this sum, and that's what it is printing. Any doubt, please do let me know. ये expression सही था, then please write that it's fine, you have understood it. Now what we'll do is we'll try to see one more example of recursion, which is factorial of a number using recursion. Factorial we know we have seen some logics of factorial, but only the main logic we have seen. We have seen how factorial actually works using a simple logic, but now we'll try to see this particular logic in a recursion way. So let's try to do this. I hope there is no problem in this. I'm going to just remove it. अगर कोड देखना है वापस तो you can go back, right? You can see that. But right now let's try to see how this factorial वाला recursion is working. So you can see here num equal to 6. Okay, num का value 6 है, and then factorial equal to multiply numbers num. So again this is a calling method. This is calling the method. So we are going to directly jump from here to here. Num का value 6, so it's going to come 6 here. Now let's write the comment and let's keep on saving all these things, right? If you have any doubts anywhere, please do let me know. If you're understanding everything, then that's totally fine. So यहाँ पे 6 आया, Now we are going to write here 6 is greater than equal to 1. That is, so this is true. So it's gonna come here. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Have a look. Now again the recursion is happening. Why recursion is happening? 6 multiplied by multiply numbers. 6 minus 1 5. तो अगेन द सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग. वहां पे कुछ एडिशन टाइप हो रहा था, यहाँ पे बस मल्टीप्लीकेशन काइंड ऑफ हो रहा है. तो नाउ अगेन दिस पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन इज गेटिंग कॉल्ड, राइट? सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? द सेम फंक्शन इज गेटिंग कॉल्ड इनसाइड द फंक्शन. सो रिकर्शन हो रहा है यहाँ पे. व्हाट वी हैव टू डू? वी हैव टू टेक दिस इन अ पेंडिंग स्टेट बिकॉज इसका आउटपुट अभी नहीं आया है. वी हैवंट गॉट द result of this yet. We haven't got a absolute value like 10 20 30. We haven't got that absolute value. We have just got this 6 into multiply numbers 5. So multiply numbers 5 will again go back to this function. Then again यहाँ पे क्या होगा? 5 is greater than equal to 1, right? Now let me just write it. Here so that you can understand. 5 is greater than equal to 1. Again ये यहाँ पे आएगा and then this will again become 5 into multiply numbers 4, right? And the same thing will again come to this particular place and we will say that the result is pending because again the same calling is happening. 4 will come, again the same thing will happen. So it will go on, right? It will go on. So let's just write here this whole thing again and again. Now is the time when something different will happen. So we have got here 0 and here result will not be pending. Why? Because multiply numbers 0. So if I, अच्छा इसमें नहीं 1 में ही हो जाएगा. In 1 itself it's gonna happen because we have written here greater than equal to is written, right? So multiply numbers 1, num will become 1 and here what's gonna happen? 1 is greater than equal to 1 which is true. अच्छा ये true हो रहा है. Yeah, so that will also come. True हो रहा है, so it will become 1 multiply numbers 0. Yeah, that will also come. Correct. Sorry. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put this also here. Change this to 1. Change this to 0. Okay, fine. Okay, so so now here pending result will not be there because multiply number 0 will go to num and now what's going to happen? 0 is greater than equal to 1 is false. Now because this is false, it's going to return 1. Where it is going to return 1? Not to factorial. It's going to return 1 to this point. So it's going to return 1 to here. And 1 into 1 is what? 1. So iska output hai 1. And then 1 into 2 is 2. So iska output hai 2. Then 3 to the 6. So iska output hai 6. 6 for 24. So 24 5s are 100. I don't know. So let's see. So you are getting here 720. Okay. Fine. I think it's 120. Right. So this is how you are getting it. Now again 120 into 5. So same thing and then into 6. And that's what is going to return here in factorial. Same thing hai. Same sequence chalega. So first we are going to collect everything and then we are going to go back. Okay. That is what is happening here. Okay. Nothing else. Any doubt, please do let me know. Anything, any particular doubt which you have, please do let me know. Fine. Needs revision. I think I have done something wrong. 1 second. 24. Oh God. This is 24. This is 120. So now we'll get 720. Needs revision to recall. Yes, it does need revision. You need to understand only one thing, okay? Whenever it comes here, you need to have a rough side where you just write the pending things, okay? Once you write that pending things, once you have collected those all things, now go back, go from down to up, and that's how you're going to do this. Okay, if you're not, once you will do this, right, once you'll keep an habit of writing and then going from down to up, one time will come when you don't have to even write. You will just remember that in your mind that okay, ye wala baki tha, so pending tha, we'll complete that, then we're going to go there, and you're going to get it. Okay, so yes, it needs some practice, but this is how it is. So I hope you have understood this particular code also. Now let's see what is next. So factorial of number using recursion is done. Okay, so let's try to do this now. Have a look at this one. Now you guys try to understand how this code is done, because we have done a lot of, I've done a lot of codings. Let's try to see whether you can understand this code or not. If anybody can understand this, please do let me know in the live chat that I know about it. If you guys can know, if you guys can understand this, we can go ahead and try some other code. But please first let me know if you can understand this or not. You can see here we are using a lot of methods. We have substring, we have char at. There are so many things which we are using. So try to understand. We are using is empty also, because it's mostly in a string. It's not about a number. It's not about digits. We are working with the string here. So try to analyze this code. Try to understand whether we can have an understanding or not. Substring also you know about it. Char at also you know about it. Today evening itself we have taken a session on string. So I hope you will be knowing about this. Try to analyze, see what is happening. If not, then we are going to again decode this. I think you won't be able to see this. You won't be able to get this because this is a little bit hard. So let's try to see this. Sentence equal to go work. We have a sentence which is go work, which is a string. This reverse is also a string. That means जो भी इस function से return आएगा should be a string. So your function is also a string, because this function should also return a string. This reverse should also take a string. So everything is a string. We are using a function call here, method call here, in which we are passing the sentence. So here your, what will come? Here your same go work will come. Okay, now have a look. If the sentence is empty, no, it is not. Right now it is not. It is not empty. So it's not going to return sentence. It's going to come here and it will return this part. Now try to understand what is happening here. I'm going to remove this thing for now. Okay, what is it writing here? It's writing reverse sentence dot substring 1, right? And then plus sentence dot caret 0. So first of all, let's try to understand this. So it says reverse, and then it's writing sentence dot substring 1. What is the sentence dot substring 1? That means from 1 get the sentence. So O, and this much will be my first sentence. This thing will be my first thing. You can see here. This is go work. Once again, it will be a small one, right? So first letter को छोड़ के पूरा यहाँ पे आ गया. Okay, so that is what we have covered here. And that is what they are repeating. That is what should go. See, in the plus sign, sentence dot caret 0, it's going to only take capital G. That's it. See, again, ये चीज नहीं जा रहा है recursion में. This is what is recursion, not this part. You can see here, the bracket is getting closed here, right? So this is what is recursion. This is what is going inside the sentence next time. So only O work is going to the sentence next time, correct? So, but ये pending में आएगा. This will come in pending right now, correct? So ये pending में आएगा. So what I'll do is I'll keep it in the pending now. यहाँ पे इसको pending में रख देंगे, right? अभी हमें क्या करना? अभी इसका result return नहीं हुआ है. Return result should be a perfect string, but right now we haven't got a perfect string. We have a method included in it, so we haven't got a perfect string. So what we have to do? We have to again go back to this calling method, because यहाँ पे call हो रहा है method. Right now what it will take? It will take O work, है ना? O work is empty. No, it is not. O work is not empty. So again it's gonna come back here. इस टाइम पे क्या होगा? अभी इसका रिजल्ट पेंडिंग है, ठीक है? इसका रिजल्ट अभी तक आया नहीं है. वी हैव द रिजल्ट पेंडिंग हियर. इसका रिजल्ट पेंडिंग है. सो अगेन वी हैव गॉट दिस रिकर्शन हियर, राइट? तो यहाँ पे रिकर्शन क्या चीज लेगा? रिवर्स, इसके अंदर आएगा एक स्पेस एंड देन वर्क, क्योंकि स्ट्रिंग में इसके स्पेस को भी काउंट करते हैं. सो इट विल काउंट दैट, एंड देन प्लस it will have 0, I mean O, and then plus it will have the G. Don't you think that? Why am I saying it? Because देखो, ये G पहले से पड़ा हुआ है, ये G हमारे से पहले से पड़ा हुआ है, सिर्फ इसका इतना आउटपुट है. Only this is having this much thing. So in total हमारे पास इतना चीज पेंडिंग आ गया. In total we got this much pending, right? Again I will explain. Start करते शुरू से. So we have got here go work. Go work is not empty. It's gonna come here. ये चीज सिर्फ इसका return है, ठीक है? So we have got this G from this part, and we are going to call this function again taking the parameter O work. जब हम लोग O work को लेंगे, O work is not empty. So again we are going to get this part. So इसमें से O हट जाएगा and we are going to get plus O, because अब caret का value 0 पे O था. Can you see? Caret in 0 is O. So that's what we got here. That means अगर मैं इसको बार बार repeat करूं तो मेरे पास यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? एक पैटर्न बन जाएगा. Once you get the pattern, do not waste time. Do not waste time. Once you get the pattern, बार बार आप उसको रन मत करो अपने दिमाग में. You got the pattern, right? So just write it. Do not waste time. ये होते रहेगा, करेक्ट? Same things will keep on happening. एक लास्ट है, so we'll try to do this. I hope you guys are understanding. I know this is a bit much difficult because we are having here a string. That's why it is a little bit difficult, but if you understand how it is happening, then it's totally fine. So now we got this K also in our location. I'm just going to print it up here. A bracket. Fine, done. Now, सो अब रिवर्स के अंदर कुछ नहीं है, अब मेरा रिवर्स जो है वो एम्प्टी है. वी हैव दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग विच इज एन empty. If I go there, it's empty, so it's going to return the sentence. Again, understand, it will return the sentence. अगर ये return कर रहा है sentence, what do we have in our sentence? We have this much. Do we have this much in our sentence? Right? So this is what is going to get returned. Where it is going to get returned? Above. It will keep on adding above, right? So we are going to get what? At last, ये सारी चीजें जब रिटर्न हो जाएंगी, सी नॉर्मली क्या होगा, ये वाला चीज तो हट ही जाएगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस इज गोइंग टू गेट डिलीटेड, राइट, एंड दिस होल थिंग विल गेट रिटर्न हियर, राइट, करेक्ट. अगेन पूरा चीज रिटर्न होगा. सो व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू गेट इन दी output? You are going to get this as the output. You are going to get what as the output? You are going to get KROW space O capital G. This is what you are going to get in the output, correct? Because जो बचा है वही रिटर्न होगा. We are only left with this. और मुझे क्या चाहिए था? रिवर्स ही चाहिए था. So we got the result and the reverse sentence is this. If you run this, you will get the output. You can see here the same output we have got. ठीक है? So this is how the reversing of the string is done. Any question, please do let me know. This is basically can be done using a string concept, a method, or a recursion. Anything you can try, but you need to understand how it is happening. So this was sentence reversing a sentence using recursion. एक और example देखेंगे recursion का, उसके बाद we will move to our next programs. So this is basically to calculate the power. Okay, to calculate our power. I think this you can actually do because this is mostly related to digits. So I hope you will be able to do this. What is wrong here? Main method power system.println power raised. Is it the okay, so we do not need to keep this here. राइट, सो हैव अ लुक एट द प्रोग्राम वंस. फर्स्ट टोटल प्रोग्राम देखो आप लोग, उसके बाद ट्राई टू डिकोड दिस. आई एम गिविंग यू इनफ टाइम. ट्राई टू सी दी कोड, ट्राई टू सी यहाँ पे हो क्या रहा है. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू टेल यू दैट दिस इज अ लॉजिक ऑफ कैलकुलेटिंग पावर. ट्राई टू सी दी कोड, ट्राई टू सी यहाँ पे रिकर्शन कैसे यूज हो रहा है एंड हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट द पावर ऑफ अ नंबर. ओके, इट इज प्रिंटिंग एवरीथिंग. यू कैन सी रिजल्ट में ही आंसर आएगा, बट हाउ इट्स गोना कम दैट यू नीड टू सी. Okay, that you need to check out here. यहाँ पे भी you can see you won't be able to check out कि recursion हो कहाँ रहा है. If you are not being able to check out, you can see here is where the recursion is happening, and it's quite easy because it's the same thing like your previous जहाँ पे हमने digit का recursion देखा था. So just try to analyze, try to see how this code is working, and then we'll move to our next program. एनी डाउट? सो इसके बाद हम लोग एरेस का कुछ प्रोग्राम देखेंगे. एरेस का पहले थोड़ा बेसिक प्रोग्राम देखेंगे एंड देन विल मूव टू इनटू दी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड वंस. तो any questions here? I think this is fine. This particular program is fine. You have base 3, you have power raised 4. मतलब 3 to the power 4 मुझे निकालना है. 3 to the power 4 मुझे निकालना है. So power base मतलब power 3,4. Power 3,4 मतलब यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, and then base will become 3 and the power raised will become 4, and then we are checking the power raised is not equal to 0. No, it is not. I'm just going to write it here so that every time you're going to get this, right? 4 not equal to 0, and here the recursion is happening. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा, 3 into, एक मैं लिखूंगा, पूरा नहीं लिखने वाला. So 1 I'll just write 3 into, and then we have the power, which is your method calling. After that they are again writing 3 comma, so 3 हमेशा पार हो रहा है, हमेशा पास हो रहा है, and power raised is -1. So I'm going to get here 3 again, right? This is again having a pending result, so I'm going to keep it right away right here. Again, if you look at the code, you are going to get here power 3 comma 2. That is what you're going to get. Again, pending result. This is going to happen till when? This is going to happen till 3 comma 0. जैसे ही 0 हो जाएगा तो power raised not equal to 0, ये हो जाएगा false, and it's going to return 1. So when it's going to return 1, what is going to happen? This is going to become 1. So 3 into 1, 3. Again, this will become 3. 3 3s are 9. 9 3s are 27. And then 27 into 3. So whatever you will get 27 into 3, that means 81. That is the result. So it's gonna go here and print. How it will print? It will print 3, then this sign, and then 4, and then equal to, and then 81. This is how it's gonna work. So it's an easy one, a very easy one. You just have to not get panic by seeing this. Okay, do not get panic while seeing this, and this is how it's gonna work. Now what we are going to do is we are going to first see some basic codings on array. How do we actually write the array program? How do we write the arrays basically? And then we are going to see some of the moderate kind of programs. So let's talk about that. This is one of the easiest program which you can see in arrays. So you can see here we have an array in which we have kept some of the values. A sum is given, इसका data type भी double है, so it's all floating point, that means double. And then we have a for loop. So यहाँ पे भी num variable लेके run करवा रहे हैं num array के साथ. That means each of the values will get added here. You can see sum plus equal to num. So all the numbers are getting added. So all the array values are getting added, and at last we are finding the average. We are printing the average. Very easy, very simple. I hope you can get this. There is no problem in it. Okay, have a look at it. If you have any things, please do let me know. Okay, so this is very easy. Now the next one, again the same kind of code, but this time the problem is to find the largest element in an array. So we have an array, we have an array set of values are already given. We will need to find the largest one. So you can see right now the largest one, we are just keeping num array 0. That means we are just keeping 23.4 as the largest. So पहले एक largest को value दे दे रहे हैं, that from this array the first value is the largest. Right now we are just doing that, and then we are moving into our for loop. एक एक करके we are just checking which one is the largest. So if largest is lesser than num, अगर मान लो कि 23.4 is lesser than 23.4, because num will first go to 23.4 only, right? So if it is, then if it is false, then it's gonna go out. If it is not, then it's gonna make that num as the largest. So 23.4 minus 34.5, ये less है, it will not. 50 पे जब आएगा, then what's gonna happen? This num is going to become what? This num is going to become 50.0, and this is nothing but 23.4. So now ये हो गया क्या? True. So अगर ये ट्रू हो गया तो 50 जो है वो लार्जेस्ट हो जाएगा. So the largest value is 50. Again 33.5, no. 50.5, yes. So again 55.5 will become the largest. 43.7, no. 5.7, no. Minus 66.5, no. So the largest number is what? 55.5. Once this loop is going to get completed, जैसे ही for loop यहाँ last वाले digit पे पहुंचेगा, it's gonna print this. So you are going to get 55.5 as the, कहाँ पे missing है भाई? Right? Okay. So this is how this particular program is done. Any doubts? अब आते हैं थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट वाले क्वेश्चंस पे. लेट्स कम टू द मॉडरेट काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. ठीक है. सो where there is something which is called as matrix when we talk about two dimensional arrays, right? Matrix are basically, you must have seen in your math 1 or math 2 if you are doing engineering. You know what is matrix, right? So basically it's rows and column, which we try to add the datas and we try to multiply the matrix with each other. So that's what is matrix. It's basically a square bracket in which we write the numbers in rows and columns. So if you have two matrix and we want to add both of them, how you're going to do that, that's what we're going to see here. ठीक है. Mathematical चीज है, but again you need some logics to be written, so you should be knowing how the logic should be written. ठीक है. First of all, what we have done, we have taken rows in and columns का value. So we have 2 rows and 3 columns. Imagine करो दिमाग में, don't try to draw it, just try to imagine in your mind that there are 2 rows and 3 columns, right? So it's gonna look like a rectangle. Correct. And in that rectangle we have one matrix which is called as first matrix, the second matrix which is called as second matrix, and in both of them we have just kept the values. So first matrix का पहला वाला जो रो है उसमें 2 3 4 है, second वाला रो में 5 2 3 है. second matrix का पहले वाले रो में -4 5 3 है, and the second row is having 5 6 3, right? Now the problem is to add these two matrices. Okay, we need to add these two matrices. मैथमेटिकल प्रॉब्लम में जब भी हम लोग मैट्रिक्स ऐड करते हैं, हाउ डू वी डू दैट? सो द फर्स्ट वैल्यू, दैट मीन्स द 0 0 वैल्यू, the 0 0 location value should add with the 0 0 location value of second matrix. That's how we do that. 0 1, again it should match with the 0 1 का value. So here उतना ज़्यादा पंगा नहीं है. We don't have such a complex code right now. But when it comes to multiply the matrix, then the code will become little bit harder. Correct. अभी let's see what is happening here. So we know that इसका resultant matrix जो आएगा, जो इसका resultant matrix बनेगा, we know that the resultant matrix will also be having 2 rows and columns 3 rows. If you do not know how to find that, you should be knowing how to find that, because it's addition. बेसिकली आपका अगर दोनों ही मैट्रिक्स 2 into 3 है, दैट मीन्स रोज एंड कॉलम 2 into 3, रिजल्टेंट मैट्रिक्स भी 2 into 3 होगा. सो वी आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग अ मैट्रिक्स विच इज सम विच इज ऑफ 2 and 3. कैन यू सी दैट? सो वी आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग दैट एरे. वी हैव नॉट केप्ट एनी वैल्यू, बिकॉज वैल्यू तो हमें चाहिए, राइट? वी नीड टू एड इट एंड देन वी नीड टू गेट द वैल्यूज. सो दैट्स व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू हियर. मैट्रिक्स है, that means 2 dimensional array है, so obviously 2 for loop लगेगा. So we have run this 2 for loops and we are adding all the numbers. This is very easy. I don't think you need any explanation to this. Any which ways, let's try to solve it once. We are not going to loop it. I equal to 0, 0 is less than 2. J equal to 0, 0 is less than 3. Gonna come here, I और J दोनों का वैल्यू 0 है. So first matrix 0 0, second matrix 0 0. क्या है वैल्यू? 2 and -4. It's gonna add and put it in sum 0 0. Sum 0 0 के अंदर एक वैल्यू मिल गया. Then it's gonna increase J to 1. 1 is less than 3. Yes, it is. So 0 1, 0 1 आपका 3 होगा, और यहाँ सेकेंड मैट्रिक्स में 0 1 आपका 5 होगा. So 5 + 3 8, 0 1 सम में चला जाएगा वो वैल्यू. Similarly, J will again increase to 2. 2 is less than 3. 0 2 0 2, add that and then put it in 0 2 का sum. This is how all the numbers will get saved here, and then we are going to print sum of 2 matrices. Again printing के लिए भी हमें for loop चाहिए, because आप एक मैट्रिक्स बनाए हो, आपको वहाँ से वैल्यू फेच करना है. वो मैट्रिक्स एक 2 dimensional array है. सो इफ़ यू वांट टू रीड द डेटा ऑफ दैट, यू हैव टू अगेन राइट द फॉर लूप. सो दिस टाइम हम लोग इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं कर रहे हैं. वी आर जस्ट यूजिंग द फॉर ईच लूप. आई हैव एक्सप्लेन यू दिस इन द एरे टॉपिक, हाउ टू डू इट. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर यूजिंग एंड वी आर जस्ट प्रिंटिंग दैट. So if I run it, we are getting the output something like this. -2 8. Remember I told you about that plus value of this one. 5 + 3 8. We are getting 8 7 10 8 and 6. This is a normal addition of 2 matrices. Any problem? The main logic is this one. I don't think you must be having any problem, क्योंकि इसका आधा part we have already done in array. Array में जब मैंने आपको 2 dimensional पढ़ाया था, then I have told you how to use these for loops. This is the main logic of this particular program. If you know this, then we can move ahead and see for multiplying, because that is one of the difficult one. Any doubts? Adding हो गया है, so any doubts? Please give me something in the chat. Okay, fine. So now let's look into the multiplication. So when we look into the multiplication, right? See, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? It was very easy because both the matrix were having the same kind of rows and column, right? So it was very easy, and addition will only happen when you have same number of rows and column, correct? Right? So it becomes very easy because the resultant matrix is also 2 into 3. So it's very easy. You just add those two numbers and place it in the sum वाला matrix, correct? But suppose अगर मेरे पास दो ऐसे मैट्रिक्स हैं जिसके अंदर डिफरेंट रोज एंड कॉलम है. मान लो कि एक मैट्रिक्स है जो कि 2 into 3 है and the other matrix is of 3 into 2. Right? That means in one matrix we have 2 rows 3 columns, and in one matrix we have 3 rows 2 columns, and now we need to multiply those. If we multiply those, the resultant will be of how much? The resultant will be of 2 into 2, right? वो कैसे करते हैं? So let's just write that. Let's see the program itself first. Have a look. So we have two matrix, first matrix and second matrix. This first matrix is of 2 into 3. Okay, so let's see if I'm writing here. I'm just writing 2 cross 3, right? And this one is of 3 cross 2. So basically when we do that, right, the resultant matrix will be the R1 and the C2. This is R1, this is C1, this is R2, this is C2. The resultant matrix will be of what range, what row and column? R1 and C2. Okay, so R1 and C2 is what? 2 cross 2, right? So this is what is the resultant matrix will be having. You know this in M1 and M2 you must have seen this thing. मैट्रिक्स मल्टीप्लिकेशन करते समय जो रिजल्टेंट मैट्रिक्स बनता है उसका कितना रो एंड कॉलम होगा, यू मस्ट बी नोइंग अबाउट दैट. ये मैथ 1 में किया गया है, मैथ 2 में भी, इफ यू आर डूइंग इंजीनियरिंग, राइट? नाउ if we know that the product matrix will be of 2 into 2, we have created that and we have written here R1 and C2. Can you see that, right? We have done it. Now you can see how do we multiply the matrix. If you know how do you multiply the matrix, if you know the formula of it, you must be knowing because you have done math 1. So I don't know how to create this here, but the first value of the first matrix is gonna get multiplied with the first column of the second matrix. Again, I'm repeating, the first row of the first matrix is gonna get multiplied with the first column of the second matrix, right? So अगर मेरे पास कुछ ऐसा डेटा है, that means this whole row is gonna get multiplied with the first column, right? अब इसका first column is not this one, इसका first column is 2, -9 and 0, correct? So it's little bit complicated. That is why I said that addition में इतना difficult नहीं होता, but in multiplication of matrix you need to understand this particular thing. So इसको थोड़ा सा लिख लेते हैं because you will get confused if I do this, right? Let me just write it here in such a manner that you understand it, क्योंकि इसको समझना थोड़ा important है. So suppose this is the first matrix, right? This is the first matrix which you have got. Let's make it much more similar. ये हमारा first matrix है. The second matrix which we are going to create is 2 3 minus 9 0 0 4. ठीक है. So this is what is the matrix which we have in our second place. So now how do you multiply these two matrix? How do you multiply these two? So basically what you do, this first row should get multiplied with the first column, 2 minus 1 and 0. So 3 into 2, it will become 6. And then again, so what I'm going to do here is 6 plus minus 2 into minus 9. That is going to give you plus 18. Similarly, again 5 and 0. So it's going to give you plus 0, right? This is the first item of my resultant matrix. This is the resultant matrix. So I'm going to get this first thing, okay? Again, you need to do this for your second. So 3 into 3. Same thing you will go, and then you will get a B value here, a C value here, and a D value here. This is the output of that. Remember, I told you that the resultant matrix will be 2 into 2. So we got 2 into 2. So first row into first column, then again first row into second column, then again second row into first column, and second row into second column. This is how your matrix multiplication is done. Now to write this particular logic, we need to understand this particular looping. And it becomes more complex because now we have 3 for loops. Okay, so I equal to 0, I is less than R1. So 0 is less than R1. What is R1? R1 is 2. That means of this one. So 0 is less than 2. Correct? J equal to 0. 0 is less than C2. What is C2? C2 is again 2. So again it's gonna be 0. K equal to 0. 0 is less than C1. C1 is basically 3. So again, same thing. Why are we writing in this manner? Why are we writing R1, C2 and C1? Because if you look at this particular thing, right, what are we multiplying? We are saying product ij plus equal to. What is the meaning of plus equal to? Equal to product ij plus. This is what it means. And this is going to come in a bracket, right? And the same thing we did, and that's why we got this output, correct? Same thing we did, and that's why we got this output. So same logic we are doing here. We have to first multiply these two numbers and then add it to the previous number. Again, we need to multiply those two numbers and we need to add it to the previous number. And that's how we are going to get the first number. Similarly, this loop will again change. This j value will again get increment, and then again the same thing will happen for all the 3. So if you try to do this logically, you will be able to get the output. Please understand, in nested for loops, you need to complete the inner loop first. You need to complete the inner loop first. So if k equal to 0, 0 is less than 3. If you're doing this particular thing here, then first increment k only. Don't jump to j or I. K increment hoga, it will become 1, 1 is less than 3, again the same thing. Then again 2, 2 is less than 3, again the same thing. Right now I'm not doing this because product ij, so product 0, 0, how much is it? And then first matrix 0, 0, 0, how much is it? Again next time 0, 1, how much is it? So try to do this using a paper and a pen. You will be able to get the answer, right? So this is one of the logic which is really complicated, but try to understand this and you will be able to get the code. This is to multiply two matrices. We can do it in much more better way, but I believe this is the most simple technique. The others are really hard, so don't go to that. You can also use functions to do this. You can create a function, put all this code inside that function, call it whenever you want to use it. You can do that, but that will make it more complicated. So right now I'm not doing that. Okay, you can also find a transpose of a matrix. So transpose of a matrix, you must be knowing that if the rows and column is there, then we can make it ulta. That is what is transpose of a matrix, right? So if you have 2 into 3, that means 2 rows, 3 columns, they can make it 3 into 2. Basically 3 rows, 2 columns, right? So try to do that code as well, transpose of a matrix, and try to see how it is happening. In the next coding session, we are going to understand string problems and pattern problems. So these two things we are going to see in the next session. String problems and pattern problems. I told you that in one of the session we'll talk about pattern problems. So we are going to do this in our coding session 3. So I hope you have learned something from this particular session, and I hope it really helped you. And we are going to come back with our next sessions, which is on tomorrow 3 p.m. So we are going to understand I think it's class and object or miscellaneous topic. What is it? It's class and object and then miscellaneous topics. So tomorrow we are going to understand class and objects very in detail, and then miscellaneous topics, access modifiers, all those things. And then we are going to understand the interview programs and questions. Fine. So this is what is all of them in the list. So do join the other sessions as well, so that you can get knowledge of it, because now we are starting with oops concepts. So do not miss any sessions, because now is the time when we are coming up with oops concept. So let's talk about that. Monday we'll have a feedback and resume review. So make sure that you are creating your resumes, and I'll share a Google form. You can put it, you can put all your details in that form, and then we are going to have a feedback and a resume reviews on Monday. Fine. So please do join the Telegram channel. Your link is given in the description. This channel, you will be able to get all the updates and notifications about my upcoming sessions. If I'm taking a break, if I'm not taking any session, that things also will get updated in the Telegram. Also, please do join the YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond. Hit the notification bell so that you get an update and notifications in the YouTube app as well. And also please do like and share so that more and more number of people will get to know about this free content. Okay. Do let me know if you have any suggestions or any particular doubt which you have. If you have seen this session, if you are remembering everything, do practice. Do not waste time. Go ahead and practice, because in the later sessions, more difficult things is gonna come. Okay. So right now it's totally very easy. It's not that much hard. If you practice, you will be able to understand that. Thank you so much, guys.